Okay, here we go. This is Garrett, tearstojoyministries.org. This video is called, Father, please start the 7-year tribulation as fast as possible. That's right. I want it to start as fast as possible. I want it to start tonight. I want it to start this weekend. I want it to start next week. I want it to start right away. And why? Why do I want that devastating time to start so fast? Why do I want such a terrible time here on earth to start so fast? Why am I begging God to start the great 7-year tribulation right away? Why? Because the evil going on here on earth is beyond proportions now. It is beyond the word evil. It is beyond the word terrible. It is beyond the word sinister. We have a child being abducted every 3 seconds. A child was just taken right now. Another child was just taken. Another child was just taken. Every 3 seconds, a child is being abducted, and this is not okay with me. And what are they doing with these children? What are they doing? In other words, why is a child being abducted in the first place? Well, let me tell you a couple things that they're doing with the children. First of all, we got the Satanists and witches and occultists abducting children every single day to rape them or torture them and kill them. Are you okay with that? Because I'm not. I'm not okay with this. What else are they doing with the children? Well, they're selling them as sex slaves. That's right. Little 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old boys and girls are being abducted every 3 seconds. They're being taken by men and women all over the world. This is a worldwide organization abducting children. This is worldwide. The USA are the leaders of it, of the whole mess. And what they do is they grab the little kids all over the USA. They put them in vans. They get them to the southern part of Texas where they bring them to an airport. And they put them in gigantic I'm sorry, I had a little mental blank. C-130 cargo planes. And they put them in cages. They put the little boys and girls and women too, in cages. And you know what they do with the children? They pull their teeth out. Now, are you wondering why they pull their teeth out? Well, let me tell you. They pull the teeth out of the children so when they sell the children to wealthy men and women all over the world, the children's teeth won't get in the way when they're giving oral sex to their masters. So they're pulling the teeth out of their mouths so they can give oral sex better. Are you okay with that? Are you understanding? I want the 7-year tribulation to start now. I want it to start today. I want God to take down this satanic kingdom here on earth. I want God to take down the evil, to take down these child abduction, child sex rings that are worldwide operation here. Just imagine for a second, you pray for a husband, you pray and you pray and you pray, and God gives you a wonderful Christian man to marry. 6 months later, you get pregnant, and you have a little baby girl, and you just fall in love with her, head over heels in love with your baby. And you raise your baby, and you hold the baby day and night, and God is changing your life with this baby. He's changing your heart. He's healing your soul with this little girl. She's 3 years old. You're at the park with her, and a van drives by. They grab her right in front of you and take off. You will never see her again. And let me tell you why. She's going to be taken to the airport, flown to one of the centers, one of the major airports where they bring all the children, most likely Texas, southern Texas. They're going to pull her teeth out so she could perform oral sex better. She's 3 years old. And they're going to sell her to some fat, old, hairy, Arabian man, Middle Eastern man. And she is going to be raped in every single hole of her body on a regular basis. And she is going to perform oral sex on all of the men and all of his friends and all of the other business associates of him and all the other family members. And guess what? When she's all used up, when she's 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, do you know what they do to her? Number one, they either murder her and get rid of her body. Number two, they release her with no food, no money, no water out into the city. Number three, sometimes they bring the kids out into the deep desert and they leave them there and they drive back in their Mercedes back to their palaces. I want the 7-year tribulation to start as soon as humanly possible, as fast as God will let it start. Is there any other reason why I might want it to start? Well, what about the underground bases all over the world where they're creating hybrid beings, half human, part demonic, hybrid DNA entities? These are monsters. These are demonic monsters. They're being created in multiple countries of the world, especially the USA, of course, because the USA is the most evil country since the flood. Why else do I want the 7-year tribulation to start? Maybe because of the whole fake UFO, whole fake alien demonic agenda. We have gray little alien beings showing up in people's houses, apartments, and condominiums all over the world, abducting men and women, sexually raping them with machines, machine sex, taking DNA, taking eggs, taking sperm, taking important body parts, hurting the men and women. Most of the men and women are brought back to their bedroom. Many are never seen again. And guess what? This is covered up by your government. Your government knows all about this. And they have sold you to these demonic beings. They have literally sold you. Why else might I want the 7-year tribulation to actually start tomorrow? Why else? I mean, is that all of the evil that's going on? Am I all done? What about the fact that most of the governments of the world have purposely poisoned our drinking water? That's right. If you haven't heard this before, I'm sorry. They have purposely are poisoning our drinking water. They are poisoning the air we breathe by spraying it day and night. Day and night they spray it nonstop with poisons. They poisoned our food. They poisoned our fruit. They poisoned our vegetables. They poisoned the animals we eat. And this is being done on purpose. This is demonic evil at its very best. They're poisoning the food we eat. They're poisoning the liquids we drink. And they're poisoning the air that we breathe. And this has to stop. This absolutely has to stop. And God's going to stop it during the 7-year tribulation. People, do you realize this video could be 5 to 10 hours long if I wanted to? I'm not exaggerating. I can talk to you for 10 hours about the evil going on here on earth. Now we're getting close to 12 minutes, and I keep my videos short on purpose. I named a couple of the evil things going on here on earth. Let me name one or possibly two more, because God just told me of another one He wants you to know about. I want you to know that the elite people of the world, the wealthiest of the wealthy people who humanly speaking, they're running the world, humanly speaking. I want you to know that they have purposely starved the continent of Africa. I want you to know the continent of Africa has been starved on purpose. Their drinking water has been taken away from them on purpose. Now, I'm not talking about every single country in Africa, but most of them. These evil rulers, these evil foreign bankers who run the world, humanly speaking, they have purposely starved most of the continent of Africa, and they will not give them drinking water, even though the technology to get clean water has been around for decades and decades and decades now. This is something that God told me to mention just a couple seconds ago. This has to stop. This has got to stop. This better stop. And you people wonder why God had to create hell? Give me a break. God had to create hell. It has to exist. There has to be a place for these people to go to. This has to happen. God just reminded me of something else. I want you to know that these evil rulers of the world are making a man-made drought in the USA. The drought in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada, parts of Texas, and other states, I want you to know this is man-made. They are using weather weapons to create a drought. Now, I could go into great detail why, but this video isn't about that. I want you to know your drinking water in the USA is being taken away on purpose, and drinking water is going to be the most valuable commodity during the 7-year tribulation. There's going to be no drinking water, and this is man-made. This is a man-made evil plan. I want the 7-year tribulation to start tomorrow. I pray God won't wait any longer. Let's get it going. Let's see Jesus come back in 7 years. Let's see him bring his kingdom down to earth for the 1,000-year millennial reign. Let's put an end to this evil already. How long does it have to go on? I wanted to mention 10 or 15 of the really evil things going on here on earth. I didn't count. I probably mentioned 6 or 7. Now you know why I want the 7-year tribulation to start right away. And there's so much more evil going on than what I talked about in this video. There's so much more going on. Praise God for you.